Hello, can you hear me? Hello, is anyone there?
I'm here, Celia.
Oh, hi, Brian. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. I think it's
Miss.
just you and me so far.
Okay,
Yep. But
here we
there's
go.
Nikki.
It's the season of
Yep.
tropical.
Who's gonna be on?
Nikki, can you hear me?
Nikki, can you hear us? Oh, guess not.
Nikki, can you hear me?
Oh, you have holding SDS?
Yes.
Okay.
Nikki, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Things or these proposed.
We don't have any.
Okay,
Victoria, can you see us?
Nikki,
Oh, we got a phone, man.
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
is
that's in there.
Celia.
Those
Can
are
you see
already-
us?
Well, we
not-
didn't have
not
to use it
those
last
are-
time. I don't know why.
Right,
But
hear me?
we at least looked at these. We don't-
Yes.
Can we?
Celia?
Oh, that's
Yes.
all. She got Mike, Mike
Oh,
Funin.
God. Is this meeting going on or is it just starting? Hello?
This guy here's got a big mouth. Be careful.
I don't know, can they hear us?
He's another Italian, two Italians in the room.
Italian.
The
Cecilia,
three
can they hear
Italians in
us?
the room.
I don't
My
know.
maiden name is Donna.
Nikki,
How you doing,
hello?
buddy?
Victoria, can you hear us?
Right from here to the.
I just got done with work 30 seconds ago.
I
But
sent
you're
him
not
an
going
email
tonight for
too.
trip,
We
right?
can't hear her either. She's talking.
Nikki.
Oh, wait, okay, wait, it just popped up now.
That's
No.
mute.
Yes.
Alright.
Nikki.
Victoria,
It's muted.
Oh, my God. Nikki, can you hear me?
It's the TV.
Nikki, can you hear me?
Technology is.
Hi,
Hello?
Hey, Celia,
Hiya.
how are you?
Can Nikki hear
I see
me?
somebody up
I don't
top.
think so.
Victoria, can you hear us?
Yeah, yeah.
This is, Nikki, can you hear us? Nikki, can you hear us?
Okay.
hold on.
Yeah, Celia, can you talk one more time?
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, now we can.
It's just on my
It's only here.
computer
Okay, Nikki, I don't have a pencil or a paper to write with, so I can't take any notes. Can somebody please take the notes?
Joe got you covered. She's
Thank
the
you.
best one of that. Hey, somebody said it's your birthday. Is that true?
Yes, it is.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Another Italian.
Hello.
though.
So now we got
Happy
four
birthday,
Italians in the
Cecilia.
room.
Thanks.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
39 years old.
She's
Yes.
38.
22.
38. Oh, next year.
Yeah, you offended her. Made her feel too old by saying 39.
Her son's that old.
Oh, that's it.
Right. So you have a quorum. If you want to just go over attendance real quick.
Okay,
Started.
we have verified attendance. We have a quorum. Is that correct?
Yeah, if you all could just state your name, just for the
I'll
record.
start with me.
Yep.
Paul Vadalini.
Oh, Joe Furlong.
Mark Montgomery.
Where's Victoria?
I'm here.
State your name.
Oh, Victoria Lindo, thank you.
Okay, we verified that we have a quorum. I'll take a motion to adopt our agenda.
No motion.
I need a second.
Second.
Motion made, seconded, passed. Take a motion actually to accept the meeting minutes from the June 20th, 2024 meeting as read. No motion?
Oh, here. I'll second the motion.
Second.
Okay, we have motion seconded, so that's done. Now we come to Brian with
I'm sorry.
the alternative weed control voting.
Oh,
Hold on
I'm
a
sorry.
second, hold on
Who
a second.
motioned first?
I'll motion to.
Okay, I'm sorry, Joe.
Adopt the.
We need a motion to,
For the meeting minutes, I mean.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
oh, I thought we had the second.
So I got it too. So Jill and then Victoria second. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Brian, alternative weed control voting discussion. Do you have anything you wanna,
We just put those chemicals forward. They're the ones recommended by our pest control company.
So I have
And
comments.
okay, you looked at them pretty good.
Yes.
Any? questions?
So I researched all of these. we have three that were presented to us. One of them called Basagran, Basagran. I would say no to that one. You have to leave it 48 hours after it's applied, and we can't close the dog park that long. All of the research that I saw on it, from the websites and everything said it's a 48-hour thing, and it looks like it's pretty potent, as far as a chemical wise. And it leaches into the groundwater, which I didn't like. The other one that I did not like,
If we can, just 1 second, if we can go to Manor, are we okay with Manor?
yes, so Manor is the one that I am actually okay. Are you going in order on your thing?
No, Basagran and Manor are both, herbicides.
Yes, Manor, from all of the research that I did, seems to say that it is fairly safe for humans and pets. So I'm less sparked about that one. And then the other one that I did not like at all was Tribune. And that one says 24 hours before it's safe to be on, but also it specifically said do not allow animals to eat it because they can bad things. So,
Tribune is also an herbicide, but this is an herbicide we use in, plant beds versus actually in turf.
right.
So we'll try to find a, alternative to this, and you had suggested Natural Armor.
Yes, so there's a company called Natural Armor that makes an all-natural weed and grass killer. I didn't have a chance to look a ton into it, but it seems to be highly recommended for at least home application. And there's not a whole lot out there for commercial application, but if we're just buying it for the dog park, it's probably not a huge expense, kind of like,
I was just looking into it. It looks like it is vinegar,
okay.
like that's
Yeah.
it. So,
It looked like there were some other things in it, but,
yeah, they're gonna be very,
but most of the natural ones are all vinegar based.
correct. So we may, if we're gonna go that route, like it'll be very, very expensive. To use a product like this, we would be better off buying vinegar in bulk
Yeah.
and
But would it be commercial grade vinegar? Because that's at a higher, potency than like going to Publix and buying the
Well,
thing.
even when you buy vinegar, because I'm sorry to interrupt, but I clean my shower,
Yeah,
with the vinegar for the mold. You have to dilute it because straight vinegar is just too darn strong.
yeah.
So I'll put it like a 70-30 next to, 70% water.
it has to be, so the home brew, what most of these things are based off is vinegar, lemon and salt.
Right.
Well, we're not gonna be able to accept the table and cut those, all of that, but we can,
I would pay money to see video. of
Right.
people doing it. I would pay actual cash.
So we're gonna do is stepping on the wine grapes, so it'll be squishing the lemons.
That's it, go right to the Italians, right?
there are a couple of other products that are salt or vinegar based, so we'll look into a couple of those and see if we can find a.
Email me when you get the names.
Yeah, I'll send them to Danny.
Okay, and I'm happy to do some research on them
Yeah.
and see, whether or not they're,
In the meantime, on the plant bed weeding den, we'll continue with mechanical removal, which is removing by hand, using the hoe and the weed eater. Those are our options right now, until we can find something.
Can you find out what the wholesale price would be on vinegar based treatment? Because I mean, it's so much cheaper than, buying the retail.
Yeah, we'll look into it. The other. So when you mix Roundup, right, you're using like 8 ounces of Roundup and you're using like 4 ounces of the Tribune, right, to 3 gallons of water. So the alternative to that is the water is readily available at the site we go to versus bringing 3 gallons of vinegar. So one backpack sprayer that you see the guys walking with could be filled twice. So you're talking about bringing 6 gallons of vinegar every time you may go to the property. So we'll look into it. We'll have to find the best financially feasible and storage as well, because imagine minting an entire storage.
I was just thinking of getting a big old canister of like 100 gallons and hook up the
Yeah.
sprinkler system to it.
Yeah, that would be nice.
You're satisfied with it? Because I defer completely to.
Yes, I'm totally cool. If you could, look into some alternatives based, vinegar kind of a thing. And we can look at, how effective they are versus harm for the dogs. And
I think the last one we had was Telstar, which is an insecticide.
I didn't have that. I didn't have any information on that. This is all I had.
I do not have, yeah, these are the ones,
I-
I got from that last email you sent, there's these two here, this one. Not in this one.
Telstar wasn't in there.
Okay, sure, these,
All four.
If you send me that one, I'll do research on that one and I can just talk, for that next time.
That's fine. So right now, we're okay. We could start using Manor
Yes.
tomorrow.
I think pending the board approval or whatever we need to do for that.
And that
Correct.
was for weeds in the turf. So in the large dog park, we're probably not gonna use that,
Right.
but in the small dog park, we could start to treat some of this ozone.
Before we have a vote, Melania, do you know anything about this? About the weeds and all?
No, because when I come from Italy where there is very little maintenance and the dog park. They don't care, is dog big, the dog, let them run the weed, so.
Yeah.
It's not wish for Italians, so really.
You gotta remember that they also make dandelion wine out of the dandelions from the dog park, so, Yeah.
That's a different issue.
Do we need a vote on that?
We need a
So I would
vote,
make
yes.
A proposal that, we approve the use of, I will make a proposal that the board approve the use of the Manor selective herbicide for use in the dog parks while we do research on the other things.
The only thing that may not be an issue is the smell of the vinegar on the dog nose, because dog nose is way more powerful than human nose.
Human nose as well. I'm sure people don't wanna smell fish and chips the whole time they're in the dog park. So we'll try to look for something that has the same potency that would have, but does not carry any long lasting effects.
Yeah. That would be great.
All those in favor of Jill's
We
proposal?
need
We need a second before, yep.
Mhm.
So who would like to
You
second?
Need a second on that? On the proposal?
Yes, we need a
I'll
second.
second it.
All right.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Proposal, because I didn't write down my proposal.
we got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Notes and,
I got it. I'm writing it. I
All
got
of
you,
us,
Jill.
we got the camera too, so we got.
okay, that's like waiting.
We're good.
Okay, the next item is the September magazine article.
So I submitted the August article. I haven't
I
heard
mean,
any.
when I say September, I meant August.
No, no,
August,
she already-
September.
So I
No,
submitted-
August is good.
submitted the August article on July first for inclusion in the August edition. I will work on an article for the September edition this week and get that done.
You need some help with writing.
As long as I get ideas on what to write about, I can write it. That's not a problem.
And then you have the deadline for September's?
August first.
Okay.
Yes,
So
perfect.
it's the
Yeah,
first of the month prior.
yes, that's perfect. Okay.
So I'm covered on that. I just don't have a topic. Does anybody have any topic suggestions?
What was the topic that you had for August?
I don't, the heat, I think.
The heat? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have anything maybe like hurricane
Yeah, how
season?
about something, basically
I
what
could
we
do
just talked
something
about
on
now.
hurricane. Well, I could do either,
Or yeah, the spray.
you could
Yeah.
do something about weed control in the dog.
Right, the
park.
control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
think
great
that would
idea.
be a great idea. I'd also like, I guess we'll do something about the, when we figure out what all the maintenance is gonna be. We can probably let them know that in there as well.
Well, we're not gonna know that information in the next 12 days.
Right, I
But
know.
however, we can, again, like we said, do stuff outside of the magazine cycle. Cause we can put an article on the website, we can put, stuff in Friday Flash or. whatever.
Monday Matters as well. So there's like the weed control would also be put in Monday
We're
Matters.
gonna get some answers in our next
You will,
meeting
yeah.
anyway, yeah, on what's on the agenda. Okay, do we need anything on that?
Nope.
No.
No, just
Okay,
discussion.
so we're gonna go to the dog park maintenance and update, status of equipment replacement. That would mean chairs.
Chairs got delivered today.
Excellent.
They got delivered today. We just need time to put them together early next week.
Yeah,
So the
we've
chairs are
been
delivered.
We
working
have
on
Brian.
those on the staff.
I can't.
I'm sorry, that was Brian. That was.
Okay, Brian,
Yeah, we've been working on the chairs at the shop. They were delivered today around midday. And so we started on them. The guys already cut out for today. They cut out at 3:30, but we will continue on that tomorrow and we will have those delivered and the old ones taken out.
Okay.
So that'll be early next week.
So did you
Uh,
hear, Jill?
the goal would be to try and have them in by the end of the day tomorrow. We're
Okay.
trying to make
Okay.
this a priority. We understand that.
Could you tell us, please,
It's been
how many
ongoing.
were ordered and what we paid for them?
We have 12. Pricing, I'm not too sure of. I could get that for you and have it.
Yeah, I'd
sent
like to
out.
know what just,
Absolutely.
so we have
Not a
12
problem.
ordered, and how are they gonna be split 6 and 6?
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, not a
That
problem. They
that
were ordered.
satisfies me
What's
right
that?
now. Any other
Oh,
questions
you're
on
good,
that?
Brian.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Brian with the funny spelling, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Brian with the regular spelling, status of the rock expansion.
We provided the estimate for the remainder of the rock. I think I sent it yesterday. So the Grand Manors has just gotten that. And then we'll wait to hear back on the.
It'll be on the agenda for next week for the board meeting.
On the walkthrough that we did with y'all.
The area we went over like
Yeah.
10 times. They will-
I just wanted on record because that meeting was not.
No.
Right. Well, Celia was there too, so.
Yeah, do we have a map that shows, like, did you get a drawing to show where it's all gonna be and all that?
No, we have our natural boundaries that we have out there.
Yeah, the trees, everything's.
I didn't know if we'd updated the map.
We can't, I don't know if we found the original.
They took a picture, the
Yeah.
angle that that's on doesn't
The
show
angle,
it perfectly, but it's there.
okay.
You still looking it up or we finished with the rocks?
You know, what would be good, is, so there's no misunderstandings of boundaries, this or that. Is you can just get some colored light rope heavy string.
Yeah,
I can just lay it on the ground or tee it up a little bit so you can see exactly where the path is. That way there's no misunderstanding,
Yeah.
inside, outside the boundary or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, thought somebody did do some kind of a rough drawing at the park,
We did bring it.
Yeah, Robert,
Yeah.
I believe brought
Yeah.
I did a rough drawing on my phone, but it was super rough. Super.
Okay, so we know the status right there. Let's go to mulch.
So we had 2 estimates approved. One was to fill in, I think it's 3 empty areas between the parking lot and the dog park. We're just filling them in with Liriope, which is a plant that's already in the area. Ground cover, keep it low. That will be next week, as well as mulch for the entire front length between the parking lot and the dog park will be next week.
Right, while we were outside, we talked about fillers, you put plants in to.
Those were the Liriope,
Yeah.
it's just a green
Where is
border
that?
grass. There are 3, if you walk to the dog park, there's 3 empty sections, and the mulch is so efficient, you can see the irrigation tubing that runs right along there, the
Okay.
drip line. So it's really self-explanatory where those are going. They're like half moon shapes.
They're like the little areas where like in between the parking spots.
Yeah, between the parking spot and the sidewalk. And then you can see there's some drainage grates that are in there that, dirt just must be seeping in those. So this will help to stop that erosion as well.
Okay, well, in here, I'm gonna insert something that's not on here right now. We had discussed outside, and it's my opinion, that if we're gonna do the dog park, to do it correctly, we really need, as much as I hate to say it, we need to close the park. Or whatever time he needs to do the job correctly. Let's not do piecework, let's not do Band-Aids. Let's give Brian a chance to do his job and do it correctly. I will bring that up in a future meeting. I'm just throwing that out there now for discussion or for you to think about.
So for these 3 projects, the rock, we would need the large dog park closed and probably for half a day to 10 hours. Done one day, that would be done. for the mulch and the plants outside, if no one's bothered by the, we use an auger to drill the holes for the plants, so if no one's bothered by that, it's the same noise level as like a, edger or weed eater. If no one's bothered by that, we can do it during opening hours of the park, or we can schedule it for a Monday. If we have to schedule it for a Monday, it's probably not gonna be this Monday, it'll be the following Monday.
They had to give us time to post it too. So
Yeah.
let them know.
But we can try to get it, I mean, we can have it done next week. It just.
Say if they're just doing the stuff outside,
All of this.
Yeah,
is
well,
outside.
then we don't need to close it, I mean, the oven is.
Now, the
then you're
rock
gonna
won't be
need to-
next week.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait for approval for the rock.
What I'm
Yes.
talking about basically is when we come in and we do whatever we're gonna do in
With
that
the-
brown dirt area. To do it, give you a chance to do the park correctly. It's
Anytime,
not an issue we're gonna bring up
Yeah.
now. I just want to throw it out for everybody to think about.
anytime we would need to resod or something like that, we're gonna need the dog park closed. And if we were to resod, we would probably request closure of the dog park for, 2 to 3 weeks.
Brian and I were talking about what could possibly be done with that dirt area out there, and the answer is God knows and nothing. So, I mean, he's gonna come up with some ideas and present them to us, and hopefully, I think we can support him on what he is going to suggest. Grass is not going to work.
No, Lauren had an idea of using mixed media for their, grass, mulch, stuff like that. And I think that as Lauren Gunyan, I think that using the same mulch that we use in the playgrounds, the kid safe mulch,
Uh-huh.
in that dirt patch there allows the dogs, we can put it like a foot deep. It allows the dogs to dig. You can kick it over with your foot. There's no tools needed to fix the area. It could be just raked over quickly while the guys are doing the maintenance once a week. It can be replenished. It's not as expensive as the rock.
What kind of mulch is it? Cause I have no idea.
If you go to any of the playgrounds except.
Spring Park,
Any of them that's open, you mean?
Spring Park.
that's the one that's
So
closest
if
to
you
me.
go to Lakeside, East Village, Spring Lake, I believe Island Village, yeah, Island Village has the same, it's kid safe.
Okay.
Mulch.
I have no idea what it even looks like, only because I don't have.
So there's no bark on it, it's not dyed, it's just a natural hardwood mulch, and instead of it being like elongated pieces, it's like chipped pieces.
Okay,
So if you took like a, some kind of shaver of wood, I don't know, carpenter, you, like those little chips that you would see out of there, it looks like that.
and there's no concern with dogs chewing on it, eating it, well,
Exactly, it's not going to affect it
Okay.
because kids, if the kids
I would have to,
digest it,
yeah, I would have to imagine it's gonna be no different than a dog holding a stick in its mouth.
right,
that's cool.
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any idea, so I'm trying.
But that's, again, that's something in the future. I just wanted to bring it up now because we had discussed earlier and I wanted him to know that I want Brian to know we're going to support this thing to get it done correctly. Yeah.
One thing I like to look at in the future, and I mentioned this at the dog park, is growing our own lawns to replace, I don't know how long it takes to grow the lawn, but it takes, 6 months, 4 months, but if we could grow our own lawn and you just get the equipment to lift it up and just lay it down, it seems to me that would be a little bit cheaper than buying the pallets. And then also if there's a particular lawn type that is more durable to be, let's just say, torn up by the dogs.
Be patched in.
Yeah, something's a little tougher. It's like you get some carpets that are really tough, and other carpets that are not. So,
Yeah, it's gonna be the Bahia, which we laid in there 2 years ago. Bahia is the same grass you're seeing around all the CDD ponds. That is out here, like Spring Lake, the other side of the pond over there, all around the pond, the other side of the sidewalk from where you are. That is all Bahia.
mhm.
Over by you, Bahia should be what's next to your house, but it's not. That's been taken over by basket grass, just a weed. But if you went down by the pond right there on,
Down the end of the
that would be
drive.
Bahia, all around there. But so Bahia is what you're gonna find mostly in a cow pasture. So we figured the thought process was, I mean, they're beating on it. They're not running on it, digging on it, but they're beating on it.
Yeah.
St. Augustine won't hold up, and I don't know that people would enjoy St. Augustine so much in that setting. And it'd be so expensive to replace the areas, as well as Zoysia and Bermuda, I don't think would hold up to the wear and tear. Well, we know that they used to have Bermuda. So Bahia is probably the best bet. It's also one of the cheapest that we can buy pallets of. As far as an area to grow it and have it, unless a deal could be worked out with CCTV to pull from one of their empty sections, lot B or D. Are
Oh,
those the two that are right there?
B is right next to, dog park.
So they're not being used
Right.
and they just grow weeds as it is. Bahia is very similar to that.
We,
It could be done, but while it's not being used, we can try to go there. There's no irrigation.
Right.
So we can't, guarantee the success.
So what about the weird spots on the side of each? Like, the dog park has that weird thing in the back where like, there's, this is most of the big dog park, this is most of the little, but they have that little connecting area. Is that not big enough or
No,
kind of fenced?
behind the dog park is Bahia. And across the street on the dog park, on the 417 side.
Yeah.
Should be Bahia. That's a lot of weeds.
I mean, technically, we don't own it anymore, but
that's CCTV.
forgiveness, not permission.
I think across the street from the dog park is Crow. When you look at the property appraiser,
Really?
pretty sure that's.
I think one time you were told, but
Does the,
Whatever. yeah, let's see. It should be.
That's one.
I think we had to tell them for you.
It came up because my guys cut it this week and I was like, what are you guys doing? And so I looked on the appraiser site and it looks like that's ours up to CDD's place.
To the fence.
Up to the fence, but I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that.
We won't go with you because nobody here knows either.
but that's the spot that we could grow grass in for like.
Again, there's no irrigation over there and
Yeah.
it's pretty much weeds right now.
Putting in irrigation's pretty simple.
Yeah.
You just have those little diggers, you run that down and lay down. I did that one, little bit work, but yeah, it's pretty easy.
But as I told Paul, I think if we're more vigilant than the previous companies have been with the maintenance of the park, like I told him, the guys are on mowers cutting, they're gonna feel the bumps as they go. Somebody told me.
I think it was accidental.
Yeah.
As I told Paul, when the guys are mowing, they should be able to identify, hey, we've got a dip here, hey, we've got a bald spot here, bring it to my attention or supervisor's attention. And then we can bring it to Grand Manor's attention a whole lot faster and say, we need to replace one pallet aside, not 30.
Yeah.
In one go. And if it's stayed on top of like that, we could be talking about a quarterly cost of a couple $100
Yeah.
rather than an annual cost of
100,000.
20. No, it's a lot less than that.
Well, I
I
don't
think
know,
it's-
one of the budget's $100,000.
If there's a way we can logically cut the cost and have the same end result for the benefit, that'll make having the lawn there that much easier to
Yeah.
digest.
Just if the people who go there take an extra step to make sure that they clean up behind the dog, if they fill in that hole that the dog done, and that we're monitoring
If,
very closely as we go through. This can.
Well, it just has to be a lot of education on the part of us and CROA and everybody. I mean, people don't realize that when you start to neglect those bits, those tiny, small things, it adds up. And that's why we're in the situation we're in.
and that's a vast improvement of what we got where the people cutting the grass say, oh, there's something we gotta address. And I'll let Brian know and he can let all the way up the ladder know. We never had
Always-
that.
It's
Or we haven't had as long as I've been involved.
it's not fun. It's very uncomfortable to cut it. Because they're constantly being jarred against the machine, they're constantly bouncing up and down. It doesn't feel nice. So they would much prefer cutting a nice level field.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your time and your information. I really appreciate it. Any other questions for Brian?
Not regarding me. So,
How about the peanut gallery? Any other questions?
Victoria, Celia?
No, hey, Brian,
Okay,
you're doing a good
dog
job.
park cameras, next issue.
Thank you, Brian.
Y'all have a good one.
Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, Barry. Dog park cameras.
So what's the, you put that as one of your agenda items? So
Yeah.
What are you gonna talk about?
The
The cameras.
The reason I put that on there is, are they working?
They are. Was there a particular thing that you would like to know about the cameras besides them working?
Because the concern that we just talked about before we
Yeah.
were recording, I caught it on camera.
Do you
So
have it?
I have it on camera.
Smartphone?
I saw it, yes.
Great.
So
So I can tell the people at the dog park, yes, the cameras are working
Yes.
and we can address any issue that we need to. And if I remember, you said that they're activated by
Motion,
Mer-
like
okay,
sometime,
motion activated.
yes.
Excellent. And we have what, 5 in each park? Or 4 in each park?
Actually, what's the coverage area for the camera?
Yeah, I think it was diagonal, but let
Yeah,
him.
it's, yeah, I know, I was talking to Jose about, looking into cameras with front, a gate, so I could always see a clearing shot of who's in and out. That's my concern. Not a wide shots.
There many blind spots in,
Just by the branches, but I'm talking to Brian about trimming those.
okay.
Like by, like the branches sometimes in that seating area, always in the large dog park, there's that one.
No, it's something natural causing it.
Yes,
It's
it's not the
You don't
camera.
have the view.
Right.
No,
That's,
we get
that's
the
the
They're set up so that you can see everything.
yes,
With
yes,
those blind spots, if the trees aren't in the way.
exactly.
Got
And that actually settles anything I had. Any other questions on the cameras?
Yes, is the seating areas, are they under surveillance? Or the chairs where the adults are
Let me
going
it. On the
confirm.
big
to
park.
congregate?
Cause I never.
So as Danny said, you can see it. It's just limited view with the trees. We did talk to our Brian and Brian from Exquisite about it. So we're in the
I
process
would
of
like to
trying.
have something that's supposed to, we can get audio for some reason, as I've been there many times where people would confront someone, say, hey, your dog just pooped, now you're leaving with your dog, you're not picking it up, and then, oh, after you won't have to do this, well, and they start attacking the person that said, hey, you're breaking the rules.
So our
So-
cameras don't have audio. Like there's a camera right behind us. There's no audio. So
Can we find out what it would cost to have audio? Could be that.
I don't think we need audio on all the cameras,
No.
just the ones
Close.
closest to the seating areas.
There's where you're gonna have confrontation,
Right.
right?
Yeah, the other place we have confrontation is people trying to come in. and they-
Absolutely.
They say that they have, oh, I left it home, and I said, well, you can't come in, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Who the hell are you? I said, well,
yeah,
I'm inside, you're not. And it becomes,
yeah.
I have, there's 8 total, let me see, is this all I want to say?
yeah, there's total.
That's all,
eight
yeah, there's
cameras.
12, yeah. 12 total, right? What? I'm looking at here, is this all the cameras together?
Correct. Yeah, that's all the cameras. A total of 8 cameras.
Okay, 8, we got 8 total,
And that's probably 4 and 4.
yeah. Because small and large,
Right.
when I looked it up, they would look like they were all at one, and I wanted to make sure, do I have the small and large together?
it was Jill
That's
who
what-
just suggested it, and it's really a good idea. If it wasn't Jill, it's somebody else, I apologize, but I wish we could have just a separate camera with abilities to pick up sound right at the 2 doors, the 2 main doors. Not possibly the other ends, but just the 2 main ones.
Two main doors, it would probably make more sense. I don't think many people use like on the small dog side, that far corner.
Yeah,
Yours, the big dog
those
side.
that do know about it, they're usually familiar with the rules and regulations. It's the 2 main ones that they have the problem with.
That's something that we can look up for you all and get back to you with the response.
Yeah,
And also if there's possible to do audio at the ones that are closest to the seating area. I don't know how well it would pick it up. I don't know how good, or if we would need to look into.
If you want, if this gets approved for audio, to be honest, you may have to get additional cameras because you can see them, but they're from a distance, you know.
I have a place closer
Hi.
to.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it is.
You know, I have one question. I don't know if y'all, when you go to dog parks, I'm always in the big dog park.
I'm listening.
And there's always a couple of people that will bring these little tiny dogs to play with the big dogs. And I was like, that doesn't seem right.
So the rules.
I know what the rules are.
Right. And
You can't bring a big dog and a little dog if you don't want them to mingle, because there's safety issues. But then you completely reverse that logic on the others.
And I never understood why you did that, although I'm guessing somewhere in the binder, there's a history of why that rule.
Well, we can always,
and that is you bring them in on your own, at your own risk.
Yeah, I know, but
But you're right, I never understood it, but it's
It's, you know, some.
So-
As a committee, you can review the rules and regulations, so.
Well, as a committee though, we can like you were, I was about to say, we can review that and look at it and suggest maybe taking a straw poll at the dog parks and stuff and getting just a temperature before we
You want to put it on the next agenda?
go down the. Yes.
Okay,
So I'm gonna make a motion that as a committee, we start researching, the rules allowing, I guess we could look at all of the rules, but really one specific rule that we wanna look at, which is, big dog, little dogs at the big dog park side.
Dog size, appropriate size. Yeah, that's exactly,
Yeah,
I'll second that.
I can guarantee you bringing the big dogs to the small dog park, you're gonna hear an uproar.
Oh, I'm gonna hear an uproar no matter what we do, so. If we're gonna hear an uproar anyway, let's do it on the side of caution. That's the thing. If we're gonna hear it, let's do it on the side of caution.
Yeah,
Just remember you said that, Paul.
Yeah, I know, but it's gonna come back, but let's face it, it is a fact.
They move on, nothing wrong, you don't even have to take them to the vet, but if the little dog bother the big dog, and the dog turn and eat the little dog.
And do some damage.
It's not supposed to hurt another dog of the same size, or a little dog can really damage.
Yeah. I agree. My own little dog was bit at my neighbor's house by a very big dog and it caught her ear, but had it been anywhere else,
Oh, yeah. That was
it would have
damage.
been so much worse.
And it's gonna come back to haunt me, but I had to go on the side of caution.
So
you know,
Or maybe we get some kind of waiver, I don't know.
Well,
So,
Good
do we
discussion.
have a proposal.
Yes,
I see.
yeah, we
Our
can
first
do
motion,
that for
second.
the dog park rules and we'll also include the application on there because it does talk about rules. So let's start like fresh, look at everything, see what needs to be
See, have a
adjusted.
motion, a second.
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Excellent.
and then also as an addendum, see if we could have some sort of a document dropped so these people that bring the little dogs understand that there's no liability on the owner of the big dog or the dog if they hurt.
So that's the application that you complete and it has all the rules on there and you have
Yeah.
to sign.
Yeah, that's
It's a waiver.
in stone. We have that.
Yeah.
So they have that waiving all rights, that's signed.
Yeah.
Correct, that you'd follow all the rules of the park.
And
Yeah.
then if you bring your little dog into the big dog side, that is all on you.
Yeah.
There is no responsibility for CROA, for us, for the dog park, for the dog owner. Like, that's all on the little dog owner's side.
Yeah, the committee should not even have a big video, stay away. Somebody take a small dog, it's their responsibility.
Right.
They should not even present a
Mhm.
name.
Right.
Okay, we have that done. Future fundraising and workshops. Any ideas? If not, we can take.
So-
Lonnie, would you like to come up to?
Come on, sit. Oh, Robert's rules, I can have anybody sit or one. Sit. Hello, my friend.
So we did these two workshop in the past, then it seems people liked it. So you guys asked me, I think it was in April, the whole committee asked me to do more. They asked me when, I recommended not to do in July and August.
Yeah.
For the reason people are in vacation. So September could be a good time. Maybe one after, after Thanksgiving, the snowboard are coming. I don't know when exactly they're coming back. But that is another good time because people that are up north now, maybe they will miss it in September. I don't know. You guys have more experience.
But I just recommend that you want it probably at least in 2 magazines. So if you do it in September, it's not gonna make that deadline.
Correct.
So I would probably just recommend at least maybe starting in October. It's
Yeah, we're-
cooler season. So you can get 2 and
Strategically, correct. you
course.
tell me, and,
So October 5th is the town yard sale, so that Saturday is
Okay.
out. And I think when you guys did it last time, you looked at a Friday and a Saturday, or 2 different Saturdays,
I think it was two Friday.
or 2 Fridays.
Yeah, Fridays, 2 Fridays. Yeah, remember Fridays, yeah, we do.
So that it could be for the people who work during the day, could make it,
Would-
since that's when the population at the dog park.
Exactly. It was after, it was, yeah, I think it was like.
So the 11th of October is Food Truck Friday. We should probably avoid that day,
Mhm.
which would leave you like the 18th and the 25th
Of October,
of October.
10, okay.
What do you say? What day?
I'm looking at, if we're doing it on
Yeah.
a Friday, on Friday, October
There it
18th,
is.
Looking for ways
and
on.
Friday, October 25th.
Yeah, let me.
What would be done?
Last time we had Melania come
Let me
in
confirm
to
real
Yeah.
a training for the small dog side and the big dog side. And I don't know this one.
It's very informal because, if I do go to the dog park, I can have people sitting and pay attention to me. They need to pay attention to their dog. This is the first rule to prevent a problem at the dog park. So we decided not to do a formal lesson, but we was very informal, was going close to people, was asking, well, I'm a trainer here in town, do you have any question, any problem arising in the dog park that you want to discuss? So something formal like that. If you want to do something more formal, for example, I slideshow presentation, well, it needs to be in a place like town hall without dogs.
Yeah.
Because when there are
the
dogs
fundraiser.
involved, I don't want.
No,
it's a workshop.
This is
A
the-
workshop. Oh, workshop. Okay.
So Mark, basically what happened was, it was 2 Fridays. It was, one was at the large dog park, one was at the small. Melania came, large dog park residents came with their dogs. And basically, like Melania was saying, we just let them go free. Like, it was like, oh, you're here, let your dogs roam. And Melania would look and see what the dog was doing. And she'd be like, oh, hey, let your dog, try and do this with your dog. And if you had a question, Jill had a question, she would answer her. But we had a table, we had a flyer, we got rule, I think it was like rules or etiquette, and then, yeah.
And one of the problems, though, I think, tell me if I'm wrong, but the dogs act differently when they're on the leash walking and when they're in the
Oh,
dog.
Yeah.
Accident and stop me and
25th,
ask,
November.
can you do a workshop about how we are supposed to let dog meet when they're on the leash? So that is another thing, there was a request and I sent you you remember? I sent you
Yeah.
what she wanted us to do.
I want to discuss that with you a little bit more because what you sent me, I still have some questions on how you want to do it. So before that'd be a separate thing.
Yes.
So I want to discuss what we already did to do another year of, like that workshop we did at the dog park, and then do some kind of fundraiser. But that one you're talking about, let's look more into that.
This meeting, you guys were not here, there was another committee. Was be sure then people then have the pass for the dog park for the first
Yes.
time. They are informed about all the rules and put prizes for people that are just signing for the dog park to come to the workshop. Like little bandanas, things
So like
like
a
that.
dog park.
So they are
orientation.
more willing to
Yeah.
come because it's not people that take for years the dog to the dog park. Then they have problem because they know what to do. In the years plus they did tons of training with me, so they know what to do. Is the new resident that comes here and maybe never had experience of a dog park.
That's something else we schedule every
Then we
quarter.
need to
It's a
educate.
dog park orientation.
We have a new homeowners orientation, like a meeting,
Yeah.
so we can definitely try to review that for the dog park.
Yeah, we could do something very similar.
We can always add that in, yeah. In fact, that's kind of, I kind of like that idea, really, because then we have structure with it,
Yeah,
yeah.
So, I'm
At the
sorry.
new owner's orientation, can we have a presentation at that same function talking about the dog park?
Oh, yeah, we got one of us there,
Yeah.
all of us there.
To represent.
how long, I've never been. orientation.
I've been through it.
I had-
Years ago.
But my question is like, what I don't know anything about the structure of that. Is it an hour long? Is it a 2 hour long? Is there enough time to go over actual dog park, like etiquette and usage, or should it be a separate event for people who are specifically interested in, because the new home thing, you get everybody, I'm presuming, who may not own dogs or may not care about dogs or may not bring their dog to the dog park, but if you have a specific orientation quarterly or something.
I think that would probably be a great idea, separate. We could include it in the new homeowner saying, if you are interested, you have a dog, they
Here's
need.
the next-
Yeah.
Because they do not know that there's a dog park or. no.
Correct, absolutely, yeah.
If they have a flyer,
Don't know.
I know.
presentation, then
Yeah.
that's good.
No, that'd be
Incredible.
perfect.
Okay, that's fine. We
Okay, so
can,
let's add, I will make a proposal that, I guess we don't need a proposal.
no,
Let's add to the next agenda.
that's what I said. Let's just make it an agenda item. Yeah.
More
Okay,
discussion about, quarterly dog park orientation.
Because that's really in the future. And as they say, it's probably something we need to do. Maybe we should have done it before. We had to just bring everything together. I mean, that's absolute, that's our job this year. No
Mhm.
matter what, if we don't earn a penny, if we don't raise a penny, our job is to bring everything copacetically together.
One of our cornerstones,
Do we
education.
wanna, continue the conversation, or do we just wanna say, let's do a thing with Melania so we can get her time on the calendar on the 18th and the 25th of October again?
I thought we already did that.
but, well, it's not 25th, so we have spooky soiree.
Yeah,
On
speaking
the
for-
25th.
that's on the
On the
25th, so
So
you're probably looking at 18th would
we
be
could do the
best.
4th and the 18th then. I mean, there's nothing that says it has to be,
Is it?
Second weeks.
what is your schedule?
We can-
Because I'm acting like.
Well,
there's no
it's still open, so I have not scheduled anything yet.
Okay,
So October.
So the fourth.
As of right now.
so.
As of right now, yes, if there's anything that arises, I'll let you know
The
immediately.
committee will do a cage match to get those things.
Okay.
So dog park is the 4th and the,
The
18th.
18th, yeah.
And then one will
So
be
the
for a
first and
small
18th?
one.
is that
Yeah.
okay, in the evening?
And it's subject to them having to change it.
There's a spooky soiree on the 25th. Oh, that's why they,
What is the spooky story?
Halloween. Spooky.
It's the whole.
Bigger than Christmas here.
I think that's when they do like the little kid Halloween.
Which I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Paul, but the last couple of meetings we had, I know you
We had
attended,
over
not as a
1,000.
committee member, you were there. We did mention dog park participating in the spooky soiree. Was that something, Jill, you might have been part of that meeting. I know that, You and Paul were- so I know it was mentioned, and Milan, you might have been there too with the old committee. I know you two
I
came
was
just
there.
as read. We did talk about you guys participating in the spooky soiree. Not
We
sure.
did.
So I don't know if that's something, that is October 25th. So we could still,
Better let Lifestyles know that.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they need to make sure it's set up appropriately.
It's soiree.
That's not right on Halloween though, is it?
No,
Oh,
it's on
that's
the
it.
25th.
Right,
So-
but Halloween, I'm
No,
not
we
leaving
don't
my
do
house. I'm gonna get
One
home.
of us leave our house on Halloween. We all know better.
How do you want?
Lifestyles never
the
brought
dog
up the
park
dog park
Like a costume
participating in
contest?
spooky soiree.
I'm sorry, Celia, can you repeat that one more time?
I'm sorry. Lifestyles never discussed the dog park committee or the dog park participating in spooky soiree. So can somebody send like an email to Liz if that's what they want to do?
So let's confirm right now as the committee. Would you be interested? Because if not, we'll send an email tonight.
Let's go for a vote. With the
So
what
was
interest, yes or no?
Yes.
It would basically be you have like a tent, you know what I mean, and you can hand out information about.
Costume contest.
Yeah, you can hand out candy to the kids. you
Give out a little
Oh,
dog.
that's even better.
so
So I will make a proposal that we contact the Lifestyles Committee to propose that the dog park committee has a tent and that we would sponsor the, having a, dog costume contest.
Need a second.
Second.
I hope you wrote all that down.
We have a motion and a second to address joining this Halloween whatever, get together and have maybe him a presentation out with dog bones and tests and stuff like that. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Who was the
Opposed?
second though?
Burke second.
Okay.
Okay, that's excellent.
So an email will be sent tonight to Liz and Amber W about,
Can you
have an
CC
interest.
us on it?
I can definitely do that.
Is there any other issues based on what we were just talking about?
Hold on, you were saying something real quick. You asked something when we were talking about spooky soiree.
Oh, no, I was just wondering if you wanted to do a costume contest or something before.
Okay.
That's something I gotta double check with Liz, cause I know the soiree is like their event, so I just wanna confirm that it doesn't conflict with their logistic schedule, so we'll definitely add that in there and see what they say.
Dog has so many costumes.
All right, the next thing is the next dog park meeting. Now, before we go into that, I'm gonna really put this out there for everybody to think about, but let's not have it at Island Village. Let's have it someplace where we can use our golf carts.
Artisan Park.
Artisan Park, I'll ask Bill if we can use it. Bill's mother is very, very friendly with the dog park committee. So maybe she can help us.
Any problems?
And
I don't think we'll have any problem. I can ask Bill, I want to see him probably tonight.
Yeah, we have, our whatever committees.
Okay.
also.
And so what-
Wait,
Jones
what
will
are
be
you,
available
what are you
after
putting
Is you
with
need to
Bill's
have
mom?
Would you say, Celia?
It's the first room on the left, the normally used for meetings.
Celia, can you repeat that one more time?
I don't know. I heard Paul say something about Bill's mom.
I said, no, I said, she likes the dog park committee. Maybe we can use that as influence.
Oh, okay. Influence for what?
But also the Jones room will be available after camp, so that is also downtown. That would
Right, so
really
we
pump
only
it.
need at least just one more. All right, so come up with a date and a time. I will get together with Bill.
August.
Is this for a meeting outside of Island Village?
Celia, they want to find another location, where we can access it through.
I don't hear them. Do you, Victoria?
No, I think they lost us. It might have timed out. They got a few more minutes, but
Alright.
We
Okay.
didn't hear a
There's
word.
Hang on,
Nikki.
hang on,
Sorry,
guys, hold on.
Celia, can you
There's
hear me now?
Nikki, she's back.
Okay, sorry about that, Celia.
We found
Yeah, my computer fell asleep. So what I was saying is, find another place that's accessible with, Nevs. So we were just potentially looking at maybe the, Artisan Park Clubhouse. I mentioned the Jones Room is potentially available, after camp, which is, August 2nd. That's when that ends.
I would 100% agree with that.
I have a car.
I'm good.
I think we should all have it at Victoria's house.
Victoria, what do you think?
All right.
Thanks, Nikki.
we'll do it at the Jones room, so.
There you
Celia.
go.
Okay,
Thanks, Nikki.
so I just.
The next meeting should be on August 15th. That is the third Thursday,
15th.
and 3 to 4 is our normal time. Is that still?
That's fine with me, but where,
So that's that's the time. What time are we comfortable with? Are we good with the 3 to 4, the 4:30 to 5:30, or do you like what we did today, the 4 and 5? Does anyone have any problems with that time?
I'm my own boss, so I can go whenever I want.
You're,
I'm open to it.
okay,
me too.
you're good.
Except I don't want to be after 5:30.
No.
I have something else to do.
No, no, we're trying to do either 3 to 4 or 4 to 5 or 4:30 to
Tell me,
5.
hold on, and 3 to 4.
Vi-
Is everybody comfortable with 3 to 4?
3 to 4.
Got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Victoria's
Everybody's
good.
comfortable.
Now that
Okay.
means Celia. Is Celia okay with 3 to 4?
3 to 4.
Celia, are you okay with 3 to 4?
August 15th?
Celia,
Okay, 3 to 4 PM, October 15th in the Jones Room.
what date is
Or
that?
Artisan.
Thursday, August 15th.
It's the third Thursday. That's our normal Thursday.
Oh, okay.
and 3 to 4, and we're going to use the Jones room?
The Jones room.
Correct, yeah.
It'll be the same setup with, because I'll take that, all the conversations.
And for, yeah, I was gonna say,
Except.
We had the, you were right by the door on 4th of July when we were playing
Oh,
around. You were in
It will be.
that we may or may not be part of.
Yeah, we'll see.
okay, so we have that. Next thing on the agenda is discussion, remember, but I would like to just give Jill, do you have anything special you wanna bring up here, or just go right to comments?
I don't think I have anything special now.
Okay. Owner's comments.
Committee member have a comment?
No.
You're the owner, you're an owner comment.
I just made a couple
Only
of.
that I wish we didn't have chemicals at all, but I know we need them. You know, in the park.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah.
We hear you.
Oh.
Do you hear us?
Yeah. No, I
Okay.
was saying that I wish we didn't have to use chemicals at all, you know, in the parks, but I know we have to because of the weeds. So that
Yeah,
seems like the same
sadly,
thing,
we don't have a
right,
choice on that,
Joe? I know.
but we'll do the safest ones that we can for the dogs, so.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And at least this time, we have a landscaper and a landscaping company who is interested
Mhm.
in working with us to find something that is safe for our animals.
Yes.
The last company was like, "Nope, you use what we got."
Right.
So I appreciate that Brian is willing to work with us on that.
Mm-hmm.
Team, we have 4 minutes before we need to sign off. At least. for
Any
us.
other,
I
would-
just want to
Sure.
thank Lauren for making sure those chairs got in. She's been on the phone with them constantly, so
She has,
they've
yeah.
arrived.
Lauren's a great girl. I
Yes,
think
she
she does a
is.
great job.
Thank
She
you,
does a great
Victoria. Take
You're
care,
welcome.
everybody.
All right.
Oh,
well,
wait,
No, wait.
hang on, hold on,
Wait,
hold on, hold on.
We
We have a
Can you
quick
just
comment.
state your name?
I would just recommend that if the board decides to use anything regarding dog size, that it has a irrefutable backup as to why you chose height, weight, girth, whatever it is, because that would become a contentious issue. And if you go to maybe even a place that sells or online that sells service dog vests, they have prints of what a medium-sized dog is,
Mhm.
what a small size. You can at least point to something and say, our assumptions were based on this format, because that'll become an issue. And like, make sure you guys don't have problems with that. The other thing is irrigation. I think as long as those sprinklers work,
They do. We
are they
stood,
repeatable and?
we stood in the dog park
yeah,
with
we were there.
Brian on
Mhm.
July 1st, and he turned them all on each zone while we were standing there. So we were able to verify that every zone works and the appropriate coverage, they're all pointed in the right direction and covering the right spaces.
Now, the issue may be, are they actually turning them on?
That's.
Brian assured me that they are,
So on
So,
a
I mean,
timer,
that's the only
Correct.
thing we can
Yeah.
get,
We
they're
can
not
only-
on cell.
have them go twice a week per,
Right, I mean, that's what like our other fields are as well,
right.
is twice a week.
I mean, I know at my own house, the problem we had is the sprinklers would go on, but there was no water pressure because drought. So I'm hoping that since we've gotten over the drought this year, that we will not have that issue again with the watering. Hopefully.
Do we know the days and times, the 2 times and dates?
It's, Brian,
told
Sync
them
with the-
what we
Hey,
do.
Brian,
is he still on?
Brian, I know are you still on, and can you confirm the 2 days the irrigation goes off at the dog park?
Yeah, give me a second.
Yeah.
Let me pull that information up for you and have it written down.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, not a problem.
It's at like 4 something in the morning, like. Not a morning person.
So give me a second.
Brian, it's the same that you gave me,
What I
because I can
have
read the
is-
text.
Okay.
What I have is Monday and Friday, and the zones they start going off at 11 p.m. and they run into around 4 a.m. So just got to be conscious of the fact that each zone runs approximately about 30 minutes. So they begin at 11, and of course that could be, say, for example, we could be talking about a zone that actually is the drip line for like the bushes and whatnot. So when those particular zones are going off, you may not, they may not seem like they are. They may not seem like they're on because that's low to the ground. And, it's just drip lines. So it's not going to make as much noise as when the actual zones that have sprinkler heads and rotating heads actually goes off. And that's going to be a little bit louder and a lot more visible.
And when you say Monday and Friday, you mean 11 PM Monday night into Tuesday morning? And then 11 PM
Correct.
Friday night into Saturday morning?
Correct.
Okay, just want to make sure that we're on the same, like, overnight.
Yeah, not a problem.
Brian, how many zones are there in the 2 dog parks?
I have to sign off.
How many
everyone.
what?
Thanks.
Have a
Victoria.
good one.
Thank you, Victoria.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, I'll take, any member comments?
The workshop at the dog park will be from 5 to 6, 5:30 to 6:30. What you guys, I don't remember. What was that?
How did you do it last year?
I thought it was 5:30 to 6:30, because we gave enough time for everyone to
People to get home.
get home and get the dog, so I think it was 5:30 to 6:30. But again, it all depends on what your guys' schedule like, especially you, Melania, since you would be running it.
Yeah, what's convenient for you?
Yeah. Okay,
If there is any change of Friday, let me know as soon as you
Absolutely.
can.
Yep.
okay.
Yeah, I think those dates and those times work pretty good unless you have any conflict.
Well, I normally have group classes, a private, so I can,
You can move yours around a little bit.
exactly, I like you. So, but if I know in advance.
Any other comments from anybody? All right, I'll accept the motion to adjourn.
To adjourn. That's craziness.
All right, we have a motion to adjourn and second it. All in favor, say aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent
Thank you,
meeting.
Brian.
By the way, everybody, I'm Roxanne.